a reflection of your ki, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you, your inner voice to be precise, an echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same, with the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half. My way is both better and brighter. Light makes it easier to see the best end.
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the End of Days began, and the Tree of Life started to die. Bullseye! Clamber right up. The oil sludge is everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. An emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Swoop. That's a good find. Time to see what's above. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. That's the good stuff. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then.
Yo, Jay! Thank you for that resub.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
I just got this
and that what Lupin did
10 minutes ago.
Yormuma
So I've been
was the beginning of
working on this. Found out I'm not a big fan of the Commando.
It's taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back. But he's grateful you have.
I think I'm gonna try the Deadeye next.
Attack that the Unity fell apart. Yormuma's disciples divided and formed
What you been up to?
tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on during the week, remodeling the kitchen. That sucks. Because then you do a whole lot of takeout.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands
tell me
why
about
you
it.
came all the way out here to see them. The
Especially when you
potato
bust
people.
open a wall and you find out there's a hidden room behind it.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Oh, about the size of a normal pantry. Looks like it used to be the original entry for the house, but they boxed it off for some reason. So I reopened it and now it's a pantry.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The
I definitely
Nono's
like
ki
finding hidden
energy
rooms.
is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst
Yeah.
of ki released from the
What?
Nono
I need
as
a
they
pantry.
become one with the tree.
So I had to go more realistic instead of Batman.
You'll need a net to catch the
Maybe the
Nono.
next one I
He
find will
wants
be
you to
Batman.
use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Yeah, I got a net now. Get back here.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed.
I
One
only
day,
missed it
he
3
hopes
times.
the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA
Alrighty.
into overdrive.
I'll be here for a little bit.
His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the Tribe War and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone there. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what
Welcome
your
back.
connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
Yeah, I'm to the point of where I'm painting now.
smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
So this is the dark side. Get out of here, light.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the Worlders with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding
So you're getting there.
greater good and have a code of honor.
I had to redo the floor,
Regardless of who
redo
you
the
choose,
walls.
it won't be easy, as the
We moved all
conflict
the
between the tribes is worse than ever,
cupboards.
teetering on the brink of war.
I think the last thing I have to do is I have to
The
put a new
Myriad's
door
conviction to stop the World Eaters
in there,
began
and then
when
I'll be
the
done with it.
Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing?
That
One
is
thing's
awesome.
certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Are they gonna send you the arms, or are you gonna get new ones?
The Jagni tribe only ever had
Or
one
get a
conviction,
new,
to
just get a
bring
new fan.
balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath
Yeah,
the tree of
Amazon
life
always
and
tries to give the
instruct
company
you what
a,
to do.
a chance. I don't like giving companies chances. They take too long. I'm impatient.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
That's right. Go in person and pick one out. Yeah, that's what always happens. Try to do other stuff, and then you figure out, nope. I could turn that dude into a turret. Yeah. I don't know. I think I might have to restart because I don't think it's going to let me change. Well, better late than never. That's how you do
Encode
it.
your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Deadeye chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're all ready, but for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a
Allow me to introduce myself.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
Well, my internet's been alright, but for some reason, when I stream, it's been pretty freaking laggy.
Better.
And I'm not understanding why yet. Like when I look at the Streamlabs, it doesn't say I have any issues. But I don't know.
right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Like the frames per second are solid. But yet I'm watching it on my phone and I can see it lagging behind.
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Wee! Chop, chop. Ouch. chop you in half. Yeah, I'm not like right there.
This
I'm
is
not sure how to
the
fix
time
that.
nor place to end this story.
Oh, shit.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Yeah, I'm on borderless Windows right now.
The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife.
Oh, yeah. I like this character way better. It's borderless Windows is what I have it set at right now. Should I move it to windowed? Sounds like somebody just fell down. Well, I've noticed it does it on every game, even with the ones I do limit. But I haven't seen it as like the games that barely take up any graphics at all. It does nothing on those. Yeah, I think you were telling me that that might be my problem. Because it might be the OBS itself, or OBS slobs. Yeah, I might need to try that. Because then I can at least, if it can tell me where the problem is, then I know where to look to fix. Pretty sure my problem's a freaking software problem. NVENC new. That's what I'm using right now. Which it uses my graphics and my processor, or my CPU. The preset, like for the bit rate, or do you think it could be my scale? Because it's taking it from 2560 by 1440, and it's scaling it down to 1920 to 1080, which I only have it set for 1920 1080. All right, I'll have to end the stream to try it out.